So, you want to be an AI engineer, right? But it feels like every guide you find sends you down some crazy rabbit hole of advanced math and theory. What if I told you there's a much more direct path? Today, we're going to cut right through all that noise. This is a practical, step-by-step roadmap based on what companies are actually hiring for right now. Let's get into it.
Okay, first things first. Let's just clear this up. What even is an AI engineer? Seriously, there's so much confusion out there, it's easy to get lost in all the different job titles. A lot of roadmaps will tell you that you need to be a math genius and train models from scratch, but honestly, the reality of what businesses need today, it's a bit different.
And this slide right here, it just nails the key difference. A data scientist? They're amazing at analyzing data and training models. But an AI engineer, we build systems. We're the integrators, the connectors. We're the ones who take all the cool, separate pieces and wire them together to solve an actual, real-world business problem. So here's the bottom line. As an AI engineer, your job isn't to invent the next ChatGPT from scratch. It's to take these incredibly powerful models that already exist, hook them up to your company's unique data and tools, and then build a system for users that's secure, fast, scalable, and doesn't break the bank. You're the one who makes AI truly useful. All right, let's get into phase one. Before you can build these amazing AI systems, you have to have a solid foundation. These are the bedrock skills. You've got to learn to code, and you've got to learn how to work with other people on that code. Your go-to language is absolutely going to be Python. I mean, pretty much everything in the AI universe, the tools, the libraries, the models, it's all built on Python. You're going to use it for everything from cleaning up messy data to connecting to AI models using something called an API. If you can get these 4 areas down, you'll have the foundation you need for basically any AI system you want to build. And while you're writing all that awesome Python code, you need a safe place to keep it. Just storing it on your own computer, that's a recipe for a disaster. So you need to start using GitHub from day one. And listen, it's not just a backup drive for your code. It's how you'll work with teams, and more importantly, it's how you're going to show off your skills to companies you want to work for. Okay, so you've got the foundations locked in. Now we move on to the really fun part, phase 2, learning how to actually talk to the brains of the operation, the large language models themselves. The very first skill here, and honestly one of the most underrated, is prompt engineering. And this is so much more than just typing a question into a chatbot. It's a craft. It's about giving really detailed instructions, providing context, maybe even giving a few examples, so the AI gives you exactly the kind of output your application needs. You know, I love this quote because it's so blunt, but it is 100% true. If you give the model a lazy one-sentence prompt, you really can't be surprised when you get a bad result back. The quality of what you get out is a direct reflection of the quality of what you put in. Simple as that.
Look, messing around with chatbots is fun, but the real power, especially for an engineer, comes when you start using an API. This is what lets you take the incredible intelligence of a model like GPT-4 and plug it directly into your own app, or your website, or your product. This is the moment you stop being just a user of AI and become a builder with AI.
And when you're ready to pick a model, you've basically got 2 main doors to choose from. On one side, you have OpenAI. It's closed source, super powerful, and really easy to use. But you pay for every little bit you use, and this is the big one, your data has to leave your system to use it. On the other side, you have Hugging Face, which is this massive open source community. You get total control, a ton of the models are free, and you can run them on your own servers. For data security, that is a huge deal. And now, for the big one, phase 3, building complete AI systems. This is where we take all those individual skills and tools and learn how to orchestrate them into something truly powerful and complex. The key tool for making this all happen is called LangChain. You see, a real AI application is rarely just one prompt and one answer. It's usually a whole sequence of steps. LangChain is the framework that acts as the glue. It's what lets you chain together different models, tools, and data sources to complete a really complex task. So you're probably wondering, what about all of my company's private data? The AI models have no clue about any of that stuff. And the solution is a technique called RAG, which stands for Retrieval Augmented Generation. This is an absolute game changer. It's how we give an AI a custom memory by securely connecting it to all our internal documents, PDFs, and databases. So how does this RAG magic actually work?
Well, it's basically a four-step dance. First, you ingest your documents, which means you turn all that text into numbers, or embeddings. Second, you store those numbers in a special kind of database called a vector database. Third, when a user asks something, you search that database for the most relevant bits of information. And finally, you feed that super relevant info to the LLM along with the user's question. And boom, you get a highly accurate, context-aware answer.
Okay, let's talk about the next step in this evolution. Companies don't just want an AI that gives a nice answer anymore. They want an AI that actually gets work done. And that right there is the huge difference between a simple chatbot and an AI agent. An agent doesn't just talk back. It thinks and then it takes an action. It can send an email, run a database query, or create a support ticket. But this immediately brings up a huge and kind of scary challenge. If you have this powerful AI agent that can take real actions in the world, how in the world do you connect it to your live production database or your sensitive internal tools without creating a massive security nightmare? This is a critical problem we have to solve. And the answer that's emerging is a standard called MCP, or Model Context Protocol. The easiest way to think about it is like a secure API gateway, but built specifically for AI. It's like a bouncer that stands between your AI agent and your important systems. It checks every request the agent makes against a set of rules and permissions before it lets anything through. This gives you a full audit trail and complete control. It makes the whole thing safe.
So you've built your system. It's up and running. You're done, right? Ha, not even close. Now comes LLM ops. If you just build it and walk away, your costs are going to skyrocket. The performance will get worse and worse, and your users will lose trust. You have to be constantly monitoring, testing, and tweaking everything from your prompts to your RAG system just to keep the whole thing healthy and effective.
Okay, you've put in the work. You've learned all these incredible skills. Now for the most important part, the payoff, actually getting hired. How do you prove to a company that you can really do this stuff? The single best way to do it is by building a killer portfolio. Don't just list skills on a resume, show them what you can do. These 3 project ideas are fantastic because they demonstrate the skills that are in highest demand right now. Building a RAG system, creating an agent that talks to a database, or automating a real business task like managing email. And then, to add another layer of credibility on top of your projects, you can go for certifications. Something like the Azure AI Engineer Cert from Microsoft, that carries a lot of weight. If you know you're targeting a company that uses Databricks, their generative AI cert is a fantastic choice. And if you're just starting out, DataCamp has some great options to help you get your foot in the door. So here's the secret sauce, the thing that will make you stand out. In today's competitive market, you need a 1-2 punch. A great portfolio project proves you can actually build things. A recognized certification proves that your knowledge has been formally checked and validated. When you combine those two, that is the fastest way to the top of the pile. So there you have it. We've laid out the entire journey, from writing your first line of code to building complex, automated AI systems, and finally to landing that dream job. The path is all there, step by step. The only question left is, are you ready to start building?